It was a cold, rainy night when I found myself waiting at the deserted train station. The clock on the wall ticked ominously, its hands moving slower than usual, as if time itself was reluctant to pass. I had missed the last train home, and the next one wouldn't arrive for another hour. The dim lights flickered above me, casting long shadows that danced along the platform. I pulled my coat tighter around me, trying to ward off the chill that seeped into my bones. The station was eerily quiet, save for the occasional sound of raindrops hitting the metal roof. I glanced around, half expecting to see someone else waiting, but the platform was empty. Just me, and the relentless sound of the rain. As I paced back and forth, I noticed a flicker of movement at the far end of the platform. A figure stood there, shrouded in darkness. I squinted, trying to make out any details, but the shadows obscured everything. My heart raced. "Hello?" I called out, my voice echoing in the stillness. The figure didn't respond, but I could feel its gaze on me, heavy and unsettling. I tried to shake off the feeling of unease and returned to my pacing, but every time I glanced back, the figure seemed closer, though it never moved. It was as if it was gliding through the shadows, inching toward me without ever taking a step. I could feel a cold sweat forming on my brow. Finally, I decided to confront whatever it was. I took a deep breath and walked toward the figure. As I got closer, I could see it was a woman, her long hair hanging in tangled strands around her face. She wore a tattered dress that looked like it belonged to another time. "Are you waiting for the train?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. She looked up and I was struck by her eyes, dark and hollow, as if they held the weight of countless sorrows. "The train doesn't come for those who are lost," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the rain. "It only comes for those who are meant to leave." A chill ran down my spine. "What do you mean?" I asked, my heart pounding. "I just want to go home." She stepped closer and I could see her face more clearly now. It was pale, almost translucent, and her lips curled into a sad smile. "Home is not where you think it is," she said. "Sometimes the journey takes you to places you never expected." Suddenly, the lights flickered again, and the sound of a train whistle pierced the air. I turned to look down the tracks, and in the distance, I could see the headlights of an approaching train. Relief washed over me, but when I turned back to the woman, she was gone. The platform was empty once more. The train screeched to a halt in front of me, its doors sliding open with a hiss. I hesitated for a moment, glancing back at the empty platform. Something deep inside me urged me to get on, but a voice whispered in my mind, warning me to stay. I shook my head, trying to clear my thoughts. I needed to go home. I stepped onto the train, and as the doors closed behind me, I felt a strange sense of finality. The interior was dimly lit, and the seats were empty, save for one at the far end. I made my way down the aisle, my footsteps echoing in the silence. As I sat down, I noticed a small dusty mirror hanging on the wall opposite me. I looked into the mirror, and my heart dropped. Her eyes filled with sorrow and longing. The reflection staring back at me was not my own. It was the woman from the platform.